Hello, everyone. It's so nice to have you with us tonight. I'm excited for this class because this class is a real how-to class. Like what we plan to do tonight is tell you why we buy Young Living, why you should buy Young Living, how we can make it economical to fit our budget. What do we use? Like I have tons and tons of Young Living all over this house, but I am just like the table's full, so I'll try not to talk too long. But we're going to go, it's called everyday oils. So everyday use of Young Living products is really more accurate. Why do we buy? What do we buy? What do we use and how do we benefit? So that's basically what we're going to give you tonight. So let's start when you get up in the morning. So when you get up in the morning, I'm going to go through these products that are smearing all over this table and tell you what I use. So when I get up in the morning, I get in the shower, and sorry about this. When I get in the shower, this is how I wash my face. So this is what I wash. I leave it in the shower or I would never use it. It's Art Gentle Cleanser. When we were away and I wasn't using this, my face like exploded. It was very unhappy. This is an awesome product. So just one pump in the shower, wash the face, done. This is my soap. So what is in here? What is in here? It's a pump spray. So keep any pump sprays that you have and keep using them. Right now I have Thieves Foaming Hand Soap. So you just take this, I just did it, or I would show you just a little tiny bit, cover the bottom, fill it with water. That's my soap in the shower. It's hand soap, but that's what I use. Okay, so hopefully you're with me. I'm going to go at a high rate of speed because I have so many different products that I use that I want to show you. Then when you wash your hair, I don't do that every day, but when I do wash my hair, I have learned to economically use Copaiba vanilla shampoo and Copaiba conditioner. So I normally would slather tons and tons and tons of conditioner here because my hair tangles, it's curly, it's a disaster, it's dry. But what I've learned is just a little tiny bit. I wet my hair to start with. You got to get it nice and wet because I have so much hair. Just a little bit here and a little bit here, spread it around. And this is very, very economical because I'm using it totally slow. And then with the conditioner, I use this more as a leave-in conditioner. I learned that from someone who had a beauty shop years ago, that my hair is so dry, I need lots of conditioner. So I just take one handful and I spread it on the ends, just a little bit on the top, conditioner. So moving on, we're getting out of the shower, but we need to wash our hands. Again, Thieves hand soap, just a little bit. This is by my sink. Fill it with water. Okay. Are we out of the bathroom? No, we're not out of the bathroom yet. We're not quite dressed yet. What we're doing next is this is a body butter that I make. How do I make it? Well, there's a lady here who makes really pure, good body butter. Sometimes I make my own, but I've bought hers and I'm using hers. And I take Stress Away. And I take the mixer and I mix in maybe 40 drops because I have a huge thing, even bigger than that, of Stress Away in there. And then I have Stress Away with this beautiful body butter. Moving on, the day starts. You want to get your diffuser going right now. This is my latest jam. It's the summer collection. This is what I have been using in my diffuser. I just love the Young Living blends. This is Orange Creamsicle, Seaside, and Tropical Tango. So Claudia has them too. You want to unmute yourself so you can show? Claudia, go ahead.
Oh, I was just backing you up. I was just showing.
Yeah. No, that's what I've been using lately. I just let Young Living do the blends for me so then I don't have to stress, don't have to worry about it. So as the day starts, I've got my diffuser bracelet. I wear this a lot. And it's just, I just grab something, it depending on the day, I'll grab something out of these oils to put on my diffuser bracelet. But don't forget, next month, we're going to do the Feelings Challenge. So I have my 9 Feelings oils here, and I'll just grab one of them. Inner Child is a personal favorite. I have highest potential, which I love, present time, which I love. Notice these are all Young Living blends. I let them blend it for me. Release is another one. Valor is another one, and forgiveness. So interestingly, when I do these scans, a lot of times I need some of these oils. So I just use some of those, put it on my diffuser bracelet, and then I have my oils on for the day. Moving on to breakfast. Moving on to breakfast. Bacon and eggs sometimes, pancakes sometimes. Sometimes we go for protein. And then we have a shake with Pure Protein Complete. I love the chocolate Pure Protein Complete. A banana, a few ice cubes, half a cup of water, and 1 scoop. This is breakfast, keeps us full, both of us, until about 2 o'clock. Here's another idea. If you want a perfume, I have this in my bathroom, and sometimes I use this as a perfume. What's in here? This is a cheap Everclear vodka and Bloom blend. This is very flowery. When I'm feeling flowery, this is my go-to. It's a beautiful natural perfume. Then you don't have to worry about any of those toxins getting into. As I go, say you want to brush your teeth, I've got my Thieves whitening toothpaste. So brushing teeth. Okay. Moving on. We have, I take my supplements in the morning, and my supplements that I need to take daily is 1 Super D. When I did my blood work, I needed D. Young Living says 2, Javen takes 2. I take 1. It's enough for me. It brought my blood work up to normal. Super B. I was reading an article about how a lack of B vitamins and migraines have been connected. I get migraines. So even today, I was like, what is going on? I'm like, oh, guess what? I didn't take my Super B. Took my Super B. Everything's good. So I don't know if that's always a correlation, but that's just something I read, some study that was done. And I'm going to pay attention to, because sometimes I forget my B. Yeah. And then I just had some blood work done, and I need omegas. So green omegas. And I take half of what the suggested dose is, but I probably should be taking the whole thing because the doctor's threatening me with looking at my cholesterol levels. Okay. What if you wake up and you just don't feel exactly right? Oh, guess what I don't have on this table, which I do every single day, is my Nincturad. You guys know that. That's a go. That's a given. My Nincturad is not here. But say something is like not exactly right for the day, and I'm like, uh-oh, what's going on? Inner defense. I don't pop this one every day, but it's in my bathroom closet. And when I need it, inner defense. And maybe a couple, depending on the day. So, I mean, speaking of wellness, we've been as healthy as one can imagine. So now we're heading out for the day. Hopefully I didn't skip anything. I go for a run in the morning, and I've noticed after my runs with this extreme heat, I need to keep myself hydrated. So when I'm heading out for the day, I take my bottle that Young Living gave us and Vitality Drops. A shoot of this, it's electrolytes in here. A shoot of this keeps everything balanced and keeps us going. And in the morning, this is a must every single day of our life. We have a glass of water and a drop of lemon. Oop, not this lemon Vitality, wherever that is, but a drop of lemon. Lemon is a beautiful cleansing oil. So all of these products I've shown you have essential oils in them too. So you're getting nature. And why would you want nature? Nature works on us. The body understands nature. So all of the supplements, everything that I've shown you, even our cleansers, our soaps have the essential oils in there that work with our bodies. So maybe that's why I was talking to some friends earlier, like maybe that's why we're as healthy as anyone could be. I mean, we've done excellent. For the lips, I always have a lip balm. We talked the other day about how you can use this so many ways. You can use this as a base for eyeshadow. It's not just lip balm. Many ways we can use the lip balm. Okay. Need a little bit more moisture in the hair. I have my hair serum. This is rosemary, cedarwood, lavender with jojoba oil. So Sometimes if it's a little gooey on the ends, I'll use some of my serum. And are we moving on to the evening? Let's see. What did I forget to show you guys? Pretty good here. We're going to have some sparkling water in the evening and a drop of tangerine vitality or lime vitality. I absolutely, absolutely love this. And moving on into the evening hours, you have your diffuser by the bed. So I go back and forth with this, but a lot of times it's cedarwood and lavender. These go in my diffuser by the bed. I have a eucalyptus. I have a bunch of other ones, but that's really a go-to for me. And in the middle of the night, if I'm laying there, I've woke up and I am like thinking of everything on earth, 1 drop of Dreamcatcher. This is a must. Tranquil is one too, but Dreamcatcher is like the ultimate. And what if your muscles or your joints are not exactly right? We have, where is it? Cool Pain Cream and Panaway. So these are just, I'm sure there's some, oh yeah, in the morning when a lot of times if we're going to be around a bunch of people, oregano vitality and thieves vitality. This is like every other day we do that. If not, if we're going to be around a bunch of people, that's like it's part of our routine, I should say. And a new one that I've started using a lot lately that I just wanted to share with you all is White Angelica for the shoulders. If your shoulders do this like my shoulders do, White Angelica is a beautiful one. So something's on the floor over there. I don't know. It went flying when I was grabbing, but that is basically my routine that I wanted to share with you. Does anyone have a question they want to ask me before we go on? I can't really see everybody. Maybe raise your other hand, but anybody, go ahead, Lisa.
I love your routine because it's kind of, we've all tapped into everything you're mentioning, one or the other. Adding bergamot to your omega, green omega for the heart cholesterol. And again, we can't make any claims, but it's kind of documented that lavender, it mentions some of them, but bergamot, sometimes I'll add it after I take a tea bag out, a drop of bergamot in the tea. It's kind of that flowery Earl Grey taste a little bit, but it also has been shown to help lower your cholesterol as well as a routine that you have that can add to that. And I do my bergamot too. And yeah, I loved everything you were saying. They're just little things that overall, we were talking about just the overall health, and having these in every day, you see a difference. When you notice it is when you stop doing these. When you stop doing some of these, so you think you start kind of feeling crummy. That's why you know it's working. Yep.
Absolutely. Yep. We stay above the well. We have since we came back to the States, even before that, 4.5 years, we've stayed above the wellness line. Go ahead, Rochelle.
Okay, I had a question about your, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Bracelet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to know, can you give us a little details on that?
I won this when I went to Hawaii. Young Living gifted it to me, but it's volcanic rock. And what was interesting, we just came back from the Azores, that they sell this all over the place because it's a volcanic island. And they had, it's just the volcanic rock and some wood beads. That's all it is.
So the volcanic and the wood, they are better at holding the oils. Okay, good. Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah. Mary Lee, did you have a question? I saw you back here somewhere. Now I don't see you.
I got tea tree oil. What would I use that for?
Tea tree is good for your skin. It's beautiful for your skin. Yes. Tea tree is also nice if you put it in the diffuser after you cook fish. So yeah, it's like a cleanser. Yeah, it's a nice one.
It's good on your toenails. It's good for the immune system too. It's good for your scalp. If you have an itchy scalp, add it to your shampoo. Remember when tea tree was in shampoos?
No, I
So
didn't know
tea
that.
tree used to be, tea tree got taken off a lot of shampoos because of the poisoning, but it was because of the crappy tea tree quality. But it used to be in dog shampoos. It used to be in hair shampoos for scalp conditions,
I didn't know
skin
that.
conditions. toenail conditions. You could put tea tree directly on the toenail, and we're never without tea tree. It's not my favorite smell, but it's powerful.
Like an astringent smell, strong, strong, strong. I think you bought that for David one time, Mary Lee, is why you got tea tree.
Well, I get tea tree as a free gift this month.
Oh, okay,
did
nice.
I did get that water that you
I
sent me.
like tea tree. I keep that in my purse. It's part of my, what I call my first aid kit.
Nice.
Ah,
Go ahead, Lisa.
That Aboriginal people in Australia, tea trees really sold there just as almost like they're a very common thing, but the Aboriginal people use tea tree oil for centuries to treat coughs and colds. Or they can apply it to the skin if there's like an ailment or something looks infected or just off, treat skin conditions, like you mentioned, the skin. But that's what they used it for, was for coughs, but it can also destroy certain bacteria and viruses and fungi. Like sometimes if you have like a fungus, we won't talk about toe fungus ever, but it does help with that too, to put that on there. Yeah.
Nice, nice ideas. Okay. Moving on. Lisa, did you want to tell us a little bit more about your day in the products?
Yeah, I was just kind of dovetailing into you. I think all of us, when we kind of, as our bodies change or different things happen, we tend to do different things. Like it's like we can't do the whole gamut all the time. But I and Claudia has been so good too about just talking about what different things do. But right now, another challenge that I have that came up that I did went and get is the Luminize. And I'm seeing my eyesight changing as I think we get older. We have to go to the eye doctor. Oh yeah, you need more readers, and my reader number keeps going. So I've been taking this Illuminize as part of my routine also. And I take it more at night before I go to bed so I can sleep with it. But it does have important things in it. Your eye health is so, obviously none of us want to lose our eye health for anything. And Claudia was talking, boy, it's important. So I am trying it. And I'm adding that into my nightly routine, as well as, like you mentioned, the omegas and things for cholesterol, lowering blood pressure, and just whatever I can do to keep on top of what ails us. It changes, it seems like, from week to week. I was talking to Rochelle, well, now we got to deal with some viruses or some different things coming up. What are we going to take? We can't take everything, but let's focus. I tend to target what is it right now that I need. And then just try consistently, keep all that. But I still think that's the smell coming into my home or where I am with the consistent smells of our oils. I don't care what it is. It is so comforting to smell my home with essential oils. I don't know what it is about it, but it makes you feel so good to do that. And when we get in next, you're talking in August about the mood thing, I think that is going to help us. We need to sometimes change our air just to change our mood. Yeah.
Thank you. I thought that was really funny. Javen and I were visiting someone the other day and we get back in the car. He said, she's killing herself. And I said, what? I was just talking to her. I'm like, what? Why is she killing herself? Oh, plugins, he said. I didn't even smell it. He could smell the plugins in their house. He's like, she's killing herself. So don't do that. Yeah. Go ahead, Mary Lee. Essential oils are so important. Yeah.
I watched a show on TV the other night. It was this woman is new, and it's all about smell. And she was saying how that smelling certain things is used by some political people. And she was saying when Alexander the Great would come into town or anything like that, he always made sure that they would have special smells along the route for him to come. And she was showing how that smells was so important for different hormones and all that kind of stuff, of course. But I never thought of it as far as political people using it.
Yeah, it connects straight to your brain. So that's you immediately bypass your logical brain, when you get into scent, because it goes to your memory, it goes straight up there. Go ahead, Claudia. What were you going to say?
This is my picture
Holy mackerel.
because I have 10 diffusers in my house and I have respiratory issues. So this isn't, this was what was left today. And then I'll have this to use tomorrow because the diffusers throughout the house, I have them on, especially the Desert Mist. I press the power button twice so it can last longer. But I saw, if any of you here are related to realtors, I don't know how to, I always say it incorrectly. But putting a diffuser in a home you're trying to sell, it attracts people because it's fresh and clean. So, before we did Young Living, most of us, we are attracted to fragrance. We are attracted to clean smells. We're attracted to things that smell beautiful. I think that's we're designed that way. But the danger to us is the toxic, it's the plugins, it's the synthetic, it's man's dabbling that could be damaging to your hormones, to your lungs, to your mental health. And so when Lisa says, I love the smell of my house, that's connected to security. That's connected to grounding. That's connecting to calm. It's connected to when she said, I love the smell of my house. Can't you see that Lisa would be able to think clearly if you feel calm? So it affects even your thinking faculties. But if you love the smell of your house and it's toxic, like my house used to be, it affected my children's health. It affected our immune system, but I didn't know it at the time. I thought we were going to the doctors because we caught cooties. But when you are exposed to synthetic or man-made or anything that's poisonous, it compromises your body system because your body is fighting against the synthetic. Your immune system is either getting powered up or getting powered out. And so this is something so simple to do every day. You don't have to break the bank. I love how Chris talked about the box set because this helps me. Like in this picture, I put all 3 of them in there. Do you do that? Do you do that, Chris? I just put
haven't,
all,
but it's an idea.
yeah, I just put all 3 because sometimes I'm like, oh, I want a little orange and then I want a little seaside. And then, there's always one that's more dominant. But sometimes, like, even if I use the orange creamsicle, maybe I'll add orange to it or I'll add a eucalyptus to it because I always have to be on guard for my lungs. But I always have a diffusers on with or without company because I need it for my personal lung health, but maybe you may use it for emotional health. Maybe you may use it to soothe your hormones or, maybe if your community, like in our community, we have a lot of people that have COVID. So the air quality is very important as to what you put in the diffuser, just in case cooties came your way. The diffuser is not just something that looks pretty. It's something that could protect the air quality and help your family members not share junk. So that's part of, what is that? Purification. Okay. And that's Lisa. Lisa uses, is that what's in your diffuser mostly, Lisa?
Every now and then, just neutralize air, put the purification in there, like you said, with things going around. I got my windows open and everything, so I don't, but every now and then, put the purification in. It just really cleans your air.
Now you can mix the purification, sometimes when you have to bump it up, purification and thieves together.
Yeah.
It's powerful. Okay.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
it's great.
I just wanted to ask, Rochelle, did you want to share something with us tonight?
Sure. So, what do I want to share? Okay, so I want to piggyback off of what Claudia talked about, like emotional oils, and there's a connection, with Lisa, when you're smelling. So, for the 10,000th time, got into my car accident, and what helped ground me almost instantly was I had my oils with me. My purse didn't fly out the window. And so my oils were there. And one of them right away that I had was Valor. and just the aroma alone, it really pulled me down because I was anxious. I was there in the hospital. I was by myself. And at that point in January of 2020, no one could come in. So I was by myself. And so absolutely, that has been one of my saving graces. And so just the oils, I don't care really what it is. I just love the aroma of the oils. And so that was really wonderful. To me, it is very grounding. And so the emotional oils are really my favorites. And it has been since that incident. And on almost every single incident, it's always been when we've had to go through that period of time where we had to wear the masks. I hated wearing those masks like everyone else, but it was a protection. I get it. But when it's hot, you're about to lose your ever loving mind. And so oils like Peace and Calming, I would put a drop or two in my mask. Some of my friends would see me do that, and you're just sitting there. But it's nice because now you got a chance to just sit and be calm, and you can relax and focus on really what's in front of you. So Peace and Calming, Valor, Lavender. Lavender has been one of my favorites. I've found different ways in which I can use it not only alone, but by itself. Okay, so let me just share, when we talk about everyday oils you can use, ridiculous, funny things, and this is for Gay, because she hasn't heard me tell a crazy story in a while. I forgot to wear deodorant. And it's like, how do you forget to wear deodorant in the middle of summer? And then I read about, Thieves and all the antis that Thieves does. I put a couple of drops of Thieves on and I was good to go until the evening. But then that's when I learned how tea tree and purification together could make a really great deodorant. You can do that. But definitely Thieves. So if that happens to you and you happen to have Thieves on you, don't forget that. And then, so Thieves is always with me. Lavender is always with me. Also, peppermint and lemon. And what I learned about lavender, peppermint, and lemon, again, those three, if you live in a valley where there's a lot of things float in the air and they attack your nasal system, those three together it has replaced for me over-the-counter issues, over-the-counter things. I'm trying not to get in trouble. It's replaced it for me. So now I don't have to call my physician and say, hey, it's that time of the year. Can you help me? Those three things. I get it really bad. If you live in the area that I live in, you are very familiar with how bad things settle in the valley. And those three have helped me. And I tell people they're suffering, they're dropping like flies around me. And this is what I share with them. The first thing I do is the lemon because it's a cleanser. And then I do the lavender because it affects your central nervous system. And that includes when your eyes start doing that twitch, right? No, you don't put it in your eyes. You put a drop on your tongue. We have the Vitality line, and that's what works. And so then I do a drop or two of that. If it's a bad day, I'll put another drop or two, right? And then I follow up with the peppermint. Why? Because poof, it opens everything up. And so those three, I can't explain the science behind it. All I can tell you is it works for me. And so that's what I do, and those seasons come and go, and that's what I've been using. And then I think lately I've been using, I don't know, I come into my roommate's room, and so she has stuff. And then I'd like to say, oh, okay, so I will say this just because Chris makes me laugh. Chris uses the Thieves hand wash for body wash. I still crack up laughing at that. Claudia's shaking her head. It sounds crazy to me, but it works. She loves it. I would pick something like Luscious Lemon because it just seems like that's what I don't know. Like
the Thieves soap it's a deodorizer. It's gentle on the skin. And I have acne that pops up sometimes because my body's hormonal. So if I wash my acne areas with the Thieves hand wash, it destroys the sebum.
Right.
So it's gentle. I wash my dog's, well, I have one now, but I wash her with the Thieves hand soap.
Well, let me just tell you why I have this. If you look at this refill, it's the cheapest one.
Yeah.
That's why I have it. But I
always think of body soap as dreamy stuff.
I know,
You
I know.
know,
Oh, you're
I
probably not
do.
dreamy. You could use Dreamy. You're Dreamy.
Well, you know what I did is I made my own soap. That's what I learned. So I bought the Dr. Bronner's, the baby, and I just put in probably about 8 ounces, and then I put in some drops, and I used Awaken. I try to find something, and I've learned, and my new favorite is the Divine. I can't think of the name, but it has
Daily Divine. Daily Divine.
there you go. It has Melissa. And when you talk about blends, learn the blends and learn what you really want. So I've gone back to what I loved in the beginning is the blends. The ones that have Melissa, that Daily Divine, that has it. But it's been wonderful. Traveling is my new thing that I get a little stressed with traveling. And I don't care if it's traveling by car. It's what I feel like in my head, well, you can't really control, right? But it's like, well, what? I don't want to be paralyzed by fear. So I work it out with some essential oils. And that divine, that daily, yeah, that really helped push me. I felt really good. And so yeah, so blends and finding if you go to the website and you type in what you really want, and maybe it's not within your price point yet, right? You haven't built up enough loyalty points to get it. Just type in what you want and it'll tell you what it's in if you can't get it by itself. And so, yeah, that is really wonderful. And then Awaken is the other one. I love that one. It's dreamy. It is just wonderful. So those
You
are
know
some of my
something?
favorites.
If you're watching and budget is important to you, so sometimes when I used to go to Bath and Body Works, look at the herbs that they put together.
Yes.
So I happen to put lemongrass and sage
Yeah.
together, or sage and rosemary, and then you could add it to your soap base. Lisa was holding up the Young Living shower gel, the base, but lemongrass goes a long way. Lemongrass is free. Lemongrass is a natural deodorant.
Yes.
And then if you ever run into the smelly thing again, because some underarms are very sensitive to the thieves oil, you can
Right.
use the thieves toothpaste underneath your armpit because it has zinc in it until you get, the products from Young Living, when it says toothpaste, there's lots of other uses for it, and deodorant is one of them.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I
And
know
it's more
that.
sensitive. You just put it on your finger,
Yes.
and then you rub it on your under, but it's more gentle, and the zinc will keep you fresh because you should be melting in California right about now. I saw your degrees, and you don't want to
Okay.
knock someone out if you say, hey, so you have your thieves,
Yeah.
if you run out of deodorant, the toothpaste.
To the people who are watching online, it probably just sounds wacky. I'm serious. But this is how I dispel all those myths. I will say, I love Chris. She sounds wacky. I'm going to try it though. And it works every time. That's what I do. So don't sit here and think, oh, those oil people they lost their minds. That crap doesn't work. First of all, it's not crap. And you need to try it because it's the least toxic and inexpensive way to make your life over, just totally overhaul it. So yes. And I'm going to try toothpaste just because, Claudia, but yes.
Okay, I'm glad you don't think I'm wacky or that what I suggest does work. Thanks for the vote of confidence. Lisa, did you want to talk about that shower gel stuff, the plain shower gel?
Yeah, I was just showing it because she mentioned the which has, you can get peppermint and stuff. They do sell this and it's plain. It has no flavor or nothing in it. It's a gel base, but it's actually it's a good shower gel base. It has
Give you directions on it.
Yeah, I mean it has things that, but you can put like you mentioned the daily, what was it called, Daily Divine
or something like that. Yeah,
you could probably just put those drops in here and make your own.
Yep.
And I think this was designed to do so people can create their own but I always love Sensation too.
Yep.
I forget it's a very beautiful scent.
Yeah.
But they do sell it, do they in the shower gel form? I think so.
Well, if they run out, it's good for you to know your backup plan, and it's good to have recipes. If you make shower gels with friends, sometimes you use your shower base, or you have a nice, how Chris showed her soap bottle. Can you show your soap bottle?
Here's my
the
Coke
what-
bottle.
the
I just
brown-
want to, I just want to add, I just want to add that it's probably cheaper to buy the Young Living soap or that shower gel base than
Mhm.
even like a Dr. Bronner because it's so sudsy. Like you just
Right.
need a tiny little bit and you can mix it with water just like I do. This is what you want me to show, huh?
Yeah, so I cut up herbs. Like sometimes I have rosemary sprigs, I have lemongrass sprigs. You can have little flower sprigs, and you can have your flower oils like geranium, lemongrass, rosemary. You know, you can make your blend that
Yeah.
if you shower in the morning, energizes you. And then if you want to use something at night to turn it down, you can put your lavender, and like Chris brought out, your cedar wood. So you could set up your bathroom, personalize it, because my bathroom is personalized, what I use in the morning
Mm-hmm.
and what I will bathe with at night. And it's you don't have to break the bank. Like you girls mentioned oils, Sensation and Daily Divine. Those are you girls are Fifth Avenue girls. I'm just your basic rosemary, lemongrass, sage. And I try to teach people the cheapest way to start, because they're going to see a difference with those oils that are around the $10 mark.
Nice. I forgot one other thing I wanted to say before I go to bed. Agiles and BLM. This is in
You don't
my
take
closet.
MU-Pro? You never take MU-Pro before you go to bed?
Not unless I have a lot of hours to sleep, which I usually don't. So that's why I don't use the MU Pro. But definitely Agiles and BLM for my joints, ligaments, and muscles. BLM is bones, ligaments, and muscles. This one I don't do every single night. Lately I have because I've been having a lot more issues. But bones, ligaments, and muscles, I notice my joints are like, what did you do when I forget this one? I just want to add that in there too. I think Claudia, you wanted to go through your routine. Go ahead.
My routine is really simple. So first, when I get up, it's this routine, because my routine is to turn all the diffusers on. And so when you have a new one, you want to stay connected with them because they forget to turn on the diffuser, and you don't want any of your new people. You want to help them get in a routine. So this is my lung routine because I notice a big difference in my respiratory system and my immune system. So this is a very cheap way to upkeep yourself, right? And then this jug goes a long way, and I take it with me from room to room. And then lately what I've been doing, now this is in the morning all the time. This is hibiscus tea, no sugar. I just get the big bag of hibiscus flowers because hibiscus is good for inflammation and it has a lot of goody things. And I add my Ningxia Red because I have no sugar, and my Sulfurzyme, and it's my morning drink. I had one of my girlfriends that she gave up wine. And so what she does is she has her hibiscus tea in a wine glass, and that helped her let go of wine because she's focusing on liver health. And I said, if you're really focusing on liver health, you need to add Ningxia Red to it. And the Ningxia Red improves the taste of this. So I do my full glass of the hibiscus tea, the 2 ounces of Ningxia, Sulfurzyme. I add some lime to this. And then in the morning, it just gets me, it gets me on. And then I take my vitamin D, my vitamin C, and that's about all the supplements I take, unless like you go according to your body. The B vitamin my husband lives on. And if you feel like you have anger issues or you feel like you're witchy, vitamin B soothes the nervous system. So, that's an awesome one. My husband swears by it. He says it changes his mental channel. He sees things
do
more
too.
positive. Go ahead.
Absolutely. I mean, I notice when I don't have it, like when I'm like really irritated, Javen will say, did you take your B today? He knows.
But that's so good to have somebody help you with that. Like my husband gives me his feedback later and he's like, don't forget the vitamin B, but it's not something I take regularly. And then the other thing, at nighttime, my nighttime routine is the wind down because it has magnesium. So for those of you that have twitchy eyes, a lot of that is lack of magnesium, just so you know. If your eye is twitching, winking at people you shouldn't be winking at, look at your magnesium level. And magnesium helps with so many issues. So I take magnesium, and then if I really want to knock out, I take ImmuPro, especially if I have to kick up my immune system. So if you take care of you, and if you stay connected with us, like Chris does scans, I do scans, because there's every once in a while you go wonky. And you're like, is it hormonal? Is it, am I fighting something? So sometimes when you see what your body needs, after a while, you become your own advocate. You're like, you know what I need? I need, more Ningxia, or I need to calm my nervous system, or I think that what I'm going through is a hormonal upheaval. And I think, my big thing at nighttime, I do Progessence Plus oil underneath my tongue. And that for me has been a game changer. And I'm never without Progessence Plus. That is my golden oil for me. It might not be for you. It's for me. And it helps soothe my nerves. It helps me feel balanced. And the Progessence Plus at nighttime, I can't remember what his name is, but he helped formulate the Progessence Plus.
Is
He said
it Purser, Dr. Purser?
Yes. I don't know why I can't remember that. It's a pocketbook, Dr. Purser. But he encouraged women to use it after 6 p.m. And a lot of women, if you look online, if any of you are social media butterflies, the news expose on tampons. It's really big. It's really, really big. And we maybe are acclimated to it because we know the rottenness of what we're surrounded with. But my daughter was shattered about tampons containing lead. And then if you chose a natural tampon, it was arsenic. And so if you look at the young people, not so young, our age too, but I mean, if you look at the young people, they're facing fertility issues, they're facing emotional issues. Think about how many young people that are diagnosed being bipolar. We have so many things working against our brain, and when you're a woman and you need feminine products, how sad not to be able to trust that things get examined, especially when something goes in such an intimate area. So knowing your oils like Progessence Plus, Clarasage, Dragon Thyme, the citrus oils that don't break the bank, that can help your body do cleansing, having a routine, it's just such a nice fight against everything else that we're bombarded with. So my daughter has called me every day, Mom, we need to talk about this. And I'm like, you know what, can you do a video, because you're in a different age group. And it would be nice for a young person to talk about how they're stressed out about feminine products, things that you should be looking for. But, for my daughter, what I did for both my girls is I put them on their own routine with essential oils to support hormones and to support their immune system, so that you can equip your body when your body is attacked by the world and by their crazy ingredients that should not be there. But that's my routine. I hope that was helpful.
Nice, thanks. Lisa, did you want to add something?
I just had a question for Claudia. It was so interesting because I was talking to my daughter about that, just magnesium. What product in our line do you use?
So when you go online, if you type in magnesium, it'll show you all the products from Young Living that have magnesium. But the box that Chris held up, see the box? Now that's designed for kids.
I think you said wind down, but it's called unwind. And it's these.
Okay. I'm the Young Living lady. I always have the wrong name. Yep. And I take a packet of that, but there's other products. There's a lot of our products that are in powder form, Lisa. I think my mind just went blank. The Amino Wise, the ICP, there's a lot of our products that if you type in magnesium on your Young Living account, it will show you all the products that contain magnesium, and then you can choose what would fit for you. So
Okay.
I use Unwind at nighttime. That's what I use.
Oh, okay. I hadn't tried that because I did Yeah, like I have the ICP and some of the like you said, put magnesium, but I just want to know if there was one you use, because I know it helps with sleep as well.
Yeah,
So
I'm Unwind, and then the other one that I'm really passionate about, I don't use it every night, but when I use it, and my daughter uses it, and she's like, Mom, it makes me sleep 8 hours. And I'm like, that's good for you, is ImmuPro.
yes,
Yeah.
that's the mushroom.
Is that the mushroom?
It has mushrooms in it.
Yeah,
And you know, mushrooms are on the news all over the place, how good they are. I know some people can't do mushrooms, but I love ImmuPro.
And it helps with your immune system overnight, and it does say that it will help with sleep. So okay, well, I have to research that more.
And ImmuPro has more melatonin in it than Sleep Essence.
And it's cheaper than Sleep Essence.
Yeah.
You know,
No.
sometimes it's like, that's how come it's good for us to talk, because when we're on a budget, it's sometimes good to know the cheapy ins and outs.
Yeah.
And Sleep Essence has more like the valerian and the roots of the earth, but the ImmuPro has the melatonin. It has, I think it has magnesium, and it has other things to kick up the immune system, and it works great on me. You know, I feel myself getting that rhythm of nice deep sleep, and it's good for you. And then
Oh,
make sure that when you find what works for you, you jot it down so you don't forget it.
Nice. Anybody
then-
else have any more questions? Go ahead, Lisa, sorry.
There's a powder form that's kid sleep, or what's it called?
It's called Unwind.
It's
Yeah.
in powder form. You put it in water.
It's a
I put it
pixie
in my
stick.
throat.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
doesn't taste as good as the Mighty Pro or Mighty. Is that what it's called? The Mighty Pro, you know, the probiotic, prebiotic.
That
I
one I
have
don't
that.
know.
That
Yeah.
one's delicious. This one isn't, but it's not bad. And I just have a glass of water. I put it underneath my tongue and I swish it. 2 seconds, it's gone. But you can put it in a glass of water. I just get every drop of it when I put it underneath my tongue.
And this is watermelon flavored, just in case you didn't know.
Oh, oh.
No, I
Yeah.
think this is nice too. I don't do this. I mean, there's so many things I don't do all the time, so I didn't talk about it. ImmuPro is one. This is another one. But I mean, there's a billion more. I didn't want to take all night. Anybody have any questions for any of us? Feel free.
But
Did you have a question, Mary Lee?
I forgot what it was. I got interested in all the talk. I
Uh-oh.
forget. It'll come to me.
Okay. Well, let me just turn our say goodbye to all of our extra people, and thanks for joining us. See you next week. If you have questions, message us. Bye.